is a Bramble Jam podcast.
Oh, the thing's still going. Hi, I'm Bran, and I love this air conditioning unit and When Calls the Heart.
Yeah.
I love When Calls the Heart. And I'm Panda and air conditioning.
But you like it, right?
Nope, I love it. I'm going to be with Bran on this one. I love it.
Well, since we're all trying to be on the same page here, I'm Dan. I despise When Calls the Heart, and this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. Thirsty Thursday. Guys, what a week it's been. I will say that.
Did you just pick up your water bottle to hold it up because it's Thirsty Thursday and put it down? Thirsty Thursday is not something we're celebrating here.
I did.
You didn't take a drink. You literally grabbed a bottle so you wouldn't be out of the loop
I'm
with
out.
us.
I finished my water. I picked it up. It was very light.
Thirsty Thursday, everybody. Now let's put this down and get going with the show.
Guys, boy, what a week it's been, huh?
What
has been your favorite parts? It's time for the top 5 best parts of the week of Deck the Hallmark with the boys. These are the 5 moments that you couldn't live without. If they didn't happen, we'd be boned, but they happen luckily. We're happy. Now we know these are the best 5 moments of the week. Number 5 was
he cares about me. 5.
Just put it away for now, buddy. We'll try again.
What was the 5th best moment of the week?
Definitely my pecan facts. There's no doubt about it.
No.
Coming in hot.
You put that away.
Coming in hot. Pecan.
Number 4.
He cares about me?
He cares about me.
You literally couldn't think of a thing we just recorded. And
No,
you tried to do
I would
another
say-
bit,
yeah.
and you were so far removed. It's one, they care about me, and it's a bit we've never done on this show, and you're just nowhere near it. Like if the bullseye's here, you're in Montana.
You know what? Even so, I would say
Let's not forget about the sports. The sports.
Yeah. No, I would say number 4.
Oh my gosh, this is hard to listen to.
You telling me about the Bob Ross documentary?
Number 3, Taylor Hicks. Number 2, Taylor Hicks. Number 1, Taylor Hicks. You guys ready to talk about When Calls the Heart?
Benny's offended.
Okay, Benny is top 5.
Yeah, definitely.
When Calls the Heart, season 4, episode 6. What's the title?
Here it comes. Here it comes.
That's not the name of the episode.
I'm ready.
Dave, what do you think?
I'm ready. Let's go with Two Hearts Don't Make a Right.
Based off of what in this episode?
You know.
I don't know. Heart of a Teacher.
Yes!
What?
Ring the bell! Heart of a Teacher, baby! Yes!
How you doing?
That feels really on the nose for this episode.
What
Sure
do you mean?
does.
That's what it usually is.
The Heart of the Teacher. One of these days was going to happen. You guys finally did it. You cracked the code.
It's like they're
You
never
sure it wasn't Two Hearts Don't Make a Right?
That's next week.
Okay. Yeah.
Heart of a Teacher originally aired.
Oh, buckle up for the big time.
Originally aired on March 18th, and it went a little something like this.
2017. Benny's back, baby.
Benny,
Double your pleasure, double your fun. All the Benny all week long.
in your contract, it states that I have to say the year first for you to chime in with the year.
It also states you can't skip it.
I wasn't going to skip it.
Benny reads his stuff.
I was going to say it later on and just
I literally got nothing else to do.
The episode starts with
I love legal jargon, forthwith and whatnot.
You know what? I will say Benny is fascinating to me.
There's a lot there.
He's layered like an onion.
He is.
so tired.
Benny.
The episode starts with Elizabeth going to Gowan and being like, hey, what gives with the teacher? Remember last week there was the guy who was like, I'm a teacher now. And Gowan basically is just like, shove off. I have proof that you got this job here in Hope Valley by using your family's wealth and their influence. It's bribery, and we don't have that here in Hope Valley. I got this letter to prove it. Thomas Higbones Higgins, her former superintendent, wrote this letter. Gowan says, Elizabeth, you are not allowed back into class. Get out of here. Now, naturally, Elizabeth goes to the one person she knows a thing or two about bribes. Abigail.
Bribing people.
No, we get it. It's good.
Lori
It's good
Loughlin
stuff.
giving money.
USC.
Yeah. Elizabeth is like, listen, Hickbones over there, he tried to get frisky with me, and I turned that guy down. And Elizabeth is like, well, we got to go get to the bottom of this. And so they're like, you should go talk to him. Talk to the guy.
Talk to the guy.
And so she's like, you know what? I'm just going to do just that. I'm gonna knock some sense in old Hickbones. The new teach, Mr. Stoneman's his name. He's all the way intense. If there's an intensimeter, he's turned all the way up. And on the first day, he's just handing out demerits left and right. Does anyone ask what happens when you get a lot of demerits? No. But you don't want them. I'll tell you that much. That's
Permanent record stuff there.
That's exactly right. You don't want that stuff. Rosemary is doing stuff in this episode. What is Rosemary doing in this episode? Either of you remember?
She
has some time with Lee.
She encourages Elizabeth to
Go follow her gut.
So Abigail goes to talk. So Elizabeth goes to talk to
She's
Hick.
shooting billiards in the saloon. There's some pine scented
Rosemary
oils.
does go in the saloon in this episode.
Yes, I knew it.
So Elizabeth is gonna go talk to Hickbones, and she's like, "Listen, Hickbones, you listen to me right now. We're I'm a good person. I'm a good teacher. I know what you did. I said no to your friskiness, Hickbones. And Hickbones,
I remember.
Okay, go ahead.
I remember. She chews out the teacher
in the
Yes.
saloon.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yes, she does.
I do remember.
And Hickbones is basically like, okay, sorry about it, but also one way you can make all this disappear is by letting Hickbones get frisky with it. And she's like, no Hickbones.
That's terrible to think about. However, I saw Hickbones get frisky with it live. Better than what Hickbones was trying to do in this scene.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. There's also this
They're
whole
all
thing.
furries.
So, Mr. Stoneman, I'm
It's a
excited
band
to
of
hear.
furries.
I'm excited to hear about what you guys think about Stoneman's teaching philosophy
yeah.
here. But Stoneman's very like, you know what? This is how we're gonna do things. You're not just gonna get off easy just because you don't know how to read, kid. Like, you don't know how to write. Bam! Here's a pencil snap. Like, he's doing all this stuff, and the kids are getting really upset about this. Niall Mater's still in the show at this point. I don't know how much longer, but he's in it still currently. And his son is getting kicked out of school because Stoneman says he's a dum-dum.
Yeah.
So that wasn't nice. Elizabeth comes back to town, and all the kids are flocking to her, and she's like, everything, you just got to listen to Stoneman. Like, I know it's hard. I know it's different. She's being very supportive of a very difficult situation.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree on that. So then there's, guys remember Paul Green?
Oh, boy, do I.
Yeah.
So Paul Green's in this, and he's still just kind of doing some stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Faith and him are still kind of doing a little chit-chat, baddywhack, give a dog a bone type of thing.
Hickbones.
Hickbones. And so they're kind of going back and forth. And then this big old moment happens in the school one day. Stoneman is snapping pencils as he does. He's just going around.
There's only one scene where he snaps.
Yeah, I know,
You said
but-
as he does. He only does it in one scene.
But he does he not?
He does.
And so he's like, and all these kids, Cody, Cody
Cody's
Fritz,
getting-
yeah.
Cody's back there, and he's like, stop it. And he looks down like he's going to get away with it. Stoneman says, who's done that? Who said that? And Cody's back there. He's like, you know what? I'm Spartacus. Stands up.
Did you say I'm Smartacus?
I said I'm Spartacus.
Okay.
It's me. I said it, Stoneman. We're not going to take it anymore. And so they all take their pencils and they walk out.
And they lay their jerseys on the desk.
It's a walkout.
It's a walkout.
That was moving stuff. Jack gets some bad news, everybody. The Mountie that sucker punched him last episode?
Dead.
Dead. Jack's having a tough time with that. We're having a tough time knowing what's going to happen next with all these twists and turns. And that, my friends, was Win Goes the Heart of Teacher. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here.
I gotta, if I would choose though, 5, they care about me. I think it's 5.
5. They care about me?
That's 5 for sure. There's no way around
2017.
2017!
Let's get to the hot take where we share exactly how we felt about this movie. We don't hold back. I'm going to start with the guy who, and this is very exciting, might be the winner.
Clafner, we got Clafner's results in. They were very good.
They were very good. They are currently talking. Hopefully we'll have the results next week.
No, a week or two.
Deferring.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But boy, it's getting tight up
Getting
there.
tight.
But you are really good at hot takes, and I think you should show everybody how it's done. Clafner's listening. I know you are, so gotta give Clafner this. Listen, this is all for keeps at this point.
Yeah.
All right. All for keeps. I'll tell you this one. Top 3 episode right here, baby. I love this episode. We've had 2 solid episodes in a row of One Calls to Hard. I am loving this. I loved the new teacher getting in the classroom. I love the stank that caused. I love the drama. I love some shenanigans, some backwoods shenanigans going on.
What do you mean? Like what kind?
Yeah, with the railroad and stuff.
What?
A little under the table stuff.
You're shaking your hands.
Yeah,
like
you know
this.
what I'm saying. Like, is it on the table? It's not. You don't know. And I loved it. I loved this episode. I really did. I had a lot of fun with this episode. Yeah, big fun. Maybe 5.
And he just oscillated through several numbers there. Pick up 7, 7, 5, 6, 4, 5, 3, 4, 6, 5, 6, 5. It's gonna go 5.
I feel good with 5. But you know what? Wouldn't you rather have me do a check down of all the numbers?
Omaha. Yeah, sure, I would.
I would rather you have a check
Do
down.
a check down.
Yes. Good. Another one. Another one is Truth. And the teacher drama, man, those kids walking out, good on them. When Mr. Stoneman was snapping those pencils as he does, man, that was wild stuff. I was like, man, this guy. At some point, I thought for sure he was gonna back down. And we might not agree with him, you have to appreciate the moxie there. Like there's a lot of pencils. You went through 4 boys there.
Yeah, especially since that girl clearly has like some sort of like disability when it comes to writing.
Anytime somebody doubles down when they're clearly wrong, there's a part of you that's like, you should give up. And then the other part of you is like,
keep going.
I want to see how far this plays out.
I do want to see this play out the way that it is. So that was fun. And then everything else. All of it was fine.
Shenanigans?
Hey, you know what? You wouldn't understand backwoods shenanigans.
Yeah, it's clearly because I wouldn't understand them. That's the problem.
I'm right. I will say this. I'm ready for Paul Green to do something. I'm excited about when that's going to happen.
He's doing literally everything right now, guys. He shows up to work the railroad, cracks his rib, saving a girl from a runaway train, gets a job at the cafe, even though he diagnoses his own rib, and then in the same day takes over running the cafe while Abigail has to leave. He could not have had a more impactful, stuffed 24 hours than he's had in Hope Valley.
Yeah, but none of it is important to him as a person.
But he's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's all
stuff.
What I'm getting, what I mean when I say,
I've never seen someone do more in 24 hours.
Here's what I mean,
it's
though.
absurd.
We have different definitions here.
Yeah.
What I mean when I say do something, I mean
him to be a doctor.
I want him to get out of the mystery zones.
Yeah. That's
Only
fine.
get out of the mystery zone.
But they are finding things to.
He's
like,
up to stuff,
Yes.
but it's all keeping everybody in
Yeah.
the mystery zone.
Yeah.
And I'm sick of the mystery zone.
How do you feel about the mystery zone, Brand?
I'm sick of it.
Don't want any more?
No more mystery zones.
I thought you liked the mystery zone.
I do sometimes.
Okay,
but
but not
in
now.
this case, not right now.
me to the
Mystery zone. Da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Take me to
It's highway. Highway.
zone.
Highway to the danger zone. Not take me to the danger
Okay.
zone.
Here's where you're wrong. It wasn't a knockoff.
Take me to the danger zone.
They are two very different songs, and I'll
Yeah.
have you know this: the guys who did Highway to the Danger Zone,
Yeah.
that band, they stole it from us.
Wow. Wow.
True.
I mean, I know Panda was around, but you? So here's the deal, guys. Bad drama is better than no drama. Like, what you're hearing from
What about a Rama
this
drama?
crowd. Oh, of course, the best. I love how you guys don't do the Tyler Hines thing. And then he pronounced it wrong. It was wonderful. Bad drama, what you're hearing from these two is an overreaction to them seeing something happen. We've been begging for something to happen. And here's the thing. To William Calls the Heart's credit, something is happening. But make no mistake, it's still terrible. It's better than what's been happening for the last 2.5 seasons. Yes, but nothing that's happened in season 4 is as good as anything that happened in season 1 because you had Gowan killing people and being a menacing threat to a town which he holds under his thumb of persecution, and then finding the way out of that. And then that season-long arc is better than anything that's happened since then, including this nonsense.
Stoneman snapping those pencils?
Dude, it was bad television. I was
wasn't.
bored, but bad drama, better than no drama. Things are happening. You're not wrong about that. Things are happening. Things are happening with the school. Things are happening with Gowan. Things are happening with Paul Green's character. But it's not good. It still is my least favorite 42 minutes of the week this week. There you have it.
For just this show or overall?
Well, it was the worst thing I watched, but also the worst 42 minutes of my week for sure. Yeah.
it was
easy.
the worst 42 minutes of your week.
Easily.
Of anything that happened this week.
Yes. Of course.
Wow. That's
That's an
It's
interesting
terrible
thought.
television, guys. I can't believe it made it to
I can
season
tell
4.
you that there was a worse 42 minutes in my life. Has to have been.
No.
Has to have been. Some way worse goes on. Like, just maybe you go to get something from the drink fountain and the drink's all flat. That would make
That's
you bummed out.
42 minutes.
Well, it's collective moments like
So
that.
you mean to tell me it doesn't have to be 42 straight minutes? I can add up
Yes. Add up.
any no. That's a different story.
That's the story we're in right now, Dan.
Yeah, apparently, clearly. No, in this ridiculous fictional world you've made up, then no. But that's not how the question was
That's
asked.
all I heard.
Well, I was just interested because I don't know. This might have been the worst 42 minutes
any
of my
block
week.
of 42 minutes, total block in a row, 42 minutes, this is the worst. It's not even close.
Wow.
Not even close.
I had a pretty good week. While I didn't dislike this episode, it still might have been the worst 42 minutes of my week. And I'm talking collective bad moments.
Wow.
Pretty good week.
I mean, there's times your kids are screaming or upset or whatever. Like
Yeah, you have to factor
or like
that in.
One of my kid fell and like you want to take it from them because they're hurting. Like that's worse than this, right? But that lasts like 5 minutes. I don't like.
How about if you're stuck in traffic?
I wasn't stuck in traffic all week.
Let's go to a break. We'll be right back here. Deck the Hallmark.
Stuck in traffic, way better. I can choose what I listen to, and I probably have air conditioning. It's way better than this.
I've been in traffic with you, and you have a hard time. You have a hard time.
I have a hard time.
You have a hard time with traffic.
I have a hard time if I'm late or I need to get somewhere quick or I'm on a schedule. Yes, true story.
You get stuck in traffic a lot?
Not a lot.
Did you do this week?
Well, you got a little bit of a drive, though.
I got haul.
There could be a lot of things that could happen.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's get to the Wait What. It's part of the show. We wonder what could have been. Maybe
Did we just straight skip all the fields? We just went bloop and just went right over it.
we did.
Yeah.
And I think that's fair.
That's what this show is.
It's time for the Wait What. It's the part
None
of
of
the
them
show.
are going to do it. They're not.
Do what?
Best episode, whatever. They were just skipping it straight over it.
Fine. We'll do the Wait What. Do all the fields real quick. Do
Stoneman snapping those pencils.
Stoneman snapping the pencils. Awesome. All right, go ahead. Wait What?
Wait, any feels for Dan?
Brandon give his either.
I just did.
Stoneman
Pencils.
is double Stoneman? No, God, no feels.
Okay. Well, there you go. First of all, the district superintendent,
Hig Bone.
Hig Bones. What accent is he rocking?
We are giving the sexual harasser a nickname, which I think is a bold move on our part.
He's a terrible guy, but he also has a terrible accent.
Who's making passes at women. What if we gave him a fun nickname? Dear gracious.
We didn't give him that nickname.
You did.
We did not.
You did.
No. That was passed down as a generational nickname. Anybody with the last name Higgins is known as Higboats. And there's nothing that we can do about that.
He's doubling down on it, and bold move.
Snapping those pencils.
I love it.
Hig Bones.
Hig Bones.
Generational nickname.
They're furries. They all play their instruments.
Wow.
It's wild.
Unbelievable.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing.
I think I realized how bad of a teacher Elizabeth is this episode.
Oh, she's not good.
And I unfortunately learned it from somebody who's also a bad teacher with the other guy. But at least
With the other guy.
with the
what
other
are you
guy,
talking about?
Stoneman.
Okay, like
Stoneman.
you learned it with the other guy.
No, I learned it. Yeah, because the other guy. Listen, he's a jerk, and he's clearly just misses the mark on a lot of levels. But the one thing I'll give him credit for is at least he's holding the kids apparently to some standard. I mean, like,
Yeah, there was part of me like it's super rigid and unfair, especially with
Yes.
a group of like 4 to 13
Unbelievable,
year olds.
yes.
But for him to be like, "Hey, you've got to memorize this and do it,"
and one kid was like, "Well, what if I don't read in time?" Well, then you're in
You
trouble.
didn't complete the assignment.
You didn't complete the
Like,
assignment, and I'm sitting there going like, well. Maybe
Yeah.
Elizabeth's not so great. Like I don't know.
She does more as a good teacher in this episode than she does when she actually
correct.
is teaching.
She does. Yes, that's an excellent point. This is the best we've seen her
Thank you.
as an actor, or not an actor. This is the best
teacher.
we've seen her as a teacher. Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, maybe it's just me. Doug died, and I felt nothing.
Yeah. Well, they didn't really
the guy
do a
who
lot.
sucker punched Jack?
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. Like,
We
always
get,
thought
like-
Doug was trying to punch Jack, and then Doug dies, and I don't care.
We get
I mean,
12 minutes of Doug. We're supposed to feel something.
That was an
I mean, like,
interesting approach from the writers from there. They were
"Oh,
like,
Doug would have died.
So we got this guy.
Come on, you know him. He punched him. I don't know him. There's a Mountie. There were like 15 Mounties, Dale.
no, you know Doug.
Doug,
though.
it'll be big time.
So we're gonna kill off this Mountie. What should we like have him do like beforehand, like to get people to invest in him?
What?
So what if he rode into town, he punched Jack in the face,
And it turned out they were friends.
and that's it, and that's
Wow.
gonna be the thing that gets
That-
people
oh,
on
the
board.
puncher?
He comes
Yeah.
over for meatloaf. No, that's a tearjerker.
Shepherd's pie,
No, that's too on the nose.
pot roast. How about
roast.
pot roast?
Okay,
Let's do it.
I'll give you pot roast.
Book it.
Dougie.
Dougie Fresh.
Poor Dougie.
Yeah. R.I.P. Doug.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
My only one had to do with the pencils. Going back to the pencils. Where are you off to?
I dropped my phone. It's got my notes on it. I just kept waiting for you to go to your camera. Then I realized you weren't going to do it. There you go. It's unreal.
My had to do with the pencils.
He was never going to do it.
She had a lot of pencils.
5, they care about me. And that, look,
She had a lot of pencils ready to go.
she did.
But they also snapped in an interesting way. How realistic, and this was just a question that I had, those pencils didn't seem like pencils that we have today. Did they get pencils from the back thens? Like
Back
those
thens?
those
You can get
pencils,
old-fashioned pencils.
those pencils were an interesting thing, and she had a lot of them.
I feel like those pencils would have been harder to crack back then because weren't they typically made with lead back then and not graphite? Pencils?
Yeah, but I mean, lead pencils are still pretty easy to snap.
There's a reason why his last name's Stoneman.
Hands of stone, crack 'em.
That's all that I got. I got the pencils. That's it. Everybody.
I actually had a bunch this episode.
Wow.
Jack, Elizabeth, like bears. This is terrible, by the way. Like legitimately terrible. Elizabeth basically says there was this dude back in Hamilton who like made advances toward me.
Yeah.
And Jack's reaction is not like anger,
Nope.
not sad. It is pretty much, yeah, that checks out. He literally just goes, okay. Like, he's just not surprised that this happened.
Yeah.
And that's tough sledding. Even with a fun nickname like Higbones, that's tough sledding.
Again, that's generational.
Just is. It's generational. Nothing we can do about it. At one point, the old Mountie is talking to Jack, and he's trying to tell him how dire a situation is. And he says, they've got us outnumbered 2-1. Mounties to criminals to mount. What? If you have one Mountie for every 2 citizens,
You should be fine.
you're doing great, buddy. If you got one Mountie for every 2 criminals, you're doing great. Like, if you're going to give a stat like that, and you're the people that have the uniforms and can all work together with guns and stuff, do better than 2-1. That is what we call reasonable. Like, you're in better shape than most everywhere. Like, I don't know how else to...
But they're getting picked off like fish in a barrel.
That's right. Yeah. This teacher, Stoneman, expels this kid, Niall Mater's kid. And I'm here to tell you that it is like the mid-1910s when this happens. Every state in the United States, virtually every state, was compulsory education through 5th grade, which means you're required to go. This is not Little House on the Prairie. You can't just send a kid home because you don't think he's academically capable after one day. Like, that is not in any like scope would that happen in the 1910s.
Stoneman, though.
Stoneman. You're right. I realized this when they did a bit with Jack Wagner with, like, he's manly, but he plays the guitar. Jack Wagner is the male embodiment of the Don't Make Me Sing character. He always is like, oh, guitar. Well, hello there. Don't make me sing, guys. I don't have it with, oh, I do have it with me. It's right. It's right here. And then lastly, and I know I harp on this a bunch. I don't know how else to, why is Bill Avery receiving telegrams from the Mounties? Why? He's not a Mountie. He comes over to Jack. He's like, Jack, the Mounties just sent me the telegram saying that Doug is dead. Why? Why are they like, send it to Bill? Does he work for us? No. Send it to him anyway. It doesn't make any sense. Bill Avery doesn't have a job with anybody like that. They're sending him stuff every
Are telegrams
episode.
like one of a kind?
What do you mean?
No. I'm tracking with you.
No. No.
Okay, so here's why I say what
Are they one of a kind?
Here's why I asked what I asked. You know how we
Someone's taking the telegram and writing it down to translate it.
Okay, so you know how, but is it one of a kind? Is the message? Can you intercept that message?
Yeah, telegram. They're on wires.
So this guy,
He could be intercepting
he's like me when I know that something's going on in my neighborhood, and I get the police scanner
fire
app.
scanner.
Yeah, and I listen. I'm like, what's going on around here?
You mean to tell me that Bill Avery has telegram intercepting technology in his house?
If literally anyone did, it would be
Yeah.
him.
No, that scans.
And so, oh my gosh. So when do they ever get, like, why is he doing it, first of all? And second of all, does Jack never ask this question? Hey, why you got the telegram, bro?
He knows.
He's in on it.
He's in on that.
He gets it.
That's
Yeah.
He has a standing thing with Jack, and
You guys, you know what? I don't know why. You're right. You're right.
he has a standing thing with Jack.
Classic
where it's like,
telegram
hey,
interception situation.
if I'm out and a telegram comes through, you give it to me.
you give it to me.
Yeah.
And I won't ask questions.
Yeah.
I would want that if I had a voicemail. If you were intercepting
That's
my voicemails
different.
and it was busy, I'd want you to go and be like, "Hey, Panda."
Stay on board with him now.
You don't have a voicemail?
No, I'm just saying if I was delayed on my voicemails, if I was out, I'd want you to go ahead and tell me if
But
I
I
got a
can't
voicemail.
intercept your voice.
But what if you could?
Then I would.
Yeah, exactly. I'd set it up.
It's time for the hopes and values.
There it is.
It's where we hope for the future and we fear as well. Panda?
I will tell you, my hope is still riding strong. Stoneman and Elizabeth working potentially together. I would be okay if Stoneman is a long-term character in the show.
He's not.
It would be nice if he was, because if he was, it would be nice if his heart begins to change and soften and he becomes a more compassionate teacher, and him and Elizabeth co-teach together. He brings the rigidity and she brings a little bit of the compassion and gentleness, and it just grows, and they have a great friendship that blossoms through this.
He's got one more episode left. Maybe they'll do it next week.
Well, my valley is Stoneman's going to be leaving soon, and that bums me out.
My hope is that we'll get even more Paul Green outside of the mystery zone.
Outside the mystery zone, which you're not a fan of.
I am, but not in this case.
Take me
to the mystery zone. Those mother gooses, they stole that from us.
I couldn't believe it. First time I heard it, I said, boy, that sounds familiar.
I was like, yes, this is good. That Tom Cruise is good. And then I was like, son of a gun.
I couldn't believe
That's my mystery zone song.
Yeah, I couldn't. I hated it.
Mm-hmm.
Dan?
I'll just give you a valley because Gowan is obviously back to his dirty deeds for now. I'm hoping this is the last confusion around Bill Avery's motive, because I feel like for 4 seasons, Bill always does stuff and he doesn't tell you his motive, and everybody wonders, is he still a good guy? Yes, Bill Avery is a good guy. He's once again looking like he's going to help the railroad, and everybody's like, why are you going to help them? It's the same bit he's done since he's gotten to town. They do this every time. He just acts like he's in he's got the counterfeit money or whatever, and he's actually working undercover. It's just over and over and over again.
He's an interceptor.
He's an interceptor. But like, people in town should at some point go, Bill's a good guy, we can trust him. At some point.
But do you ever fully trust a guy who has the intercepting gear in his house?
Once again,
in a book,
if he has intercepting gear behind a bookshelf, all bets are off. If that's the case.
He clearly does.
I don't think he does, Brandon.
I think all bets are off.
Okay.
All bets are off.
Yeah.
He has done nothing to make us not trust him aside from
the intercepting,
which he may or may not have.
Behind
We've not
his
seen it on screen yet.
We have seen the effects of the wind.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery. There's a mystery to it.
It gives us back to mystery zone.
Guys, we did it. Congratulations.
Hey.
Pocket watch? No.
Shepherd's pie?
No.
Jack Smolder? Non-existent. 1.1.
2.
Okay.
3
and a dime.
Will you back off?
So their hands aren't furries, right? Everything else is, but their hands are out and they're slapping the bass, right?
He cares about me. 4.
$3.50.
$3.50. 3.5. What's calling my heart? Please email us hello@deckthehallmark.com.
We got a handful of them.
We do. This is fun. Thomas Newman.
Hey, Thomas.
Writes us.
Say that.
Hey. Thomas Newman. Dear Bran, Panda, Dan, Tracy, Rigg, Billy Bits, Clammy, Crandall, Carte Blanche, the Strawberry Family, Tammy Philo, and Freeze Boy, and the whole gang at Fitzy's. My name is Thomas, and what's calling my heart is the bits. I'm not a Hallmark viewer. I've only ever seen Christmas at Dollywood. Got to represent Sevierville, baby.
Hey.
But listening to the show is the best way to spend my morning drive to work, and adding When Calls the Heart to the mix has been absolutely hysterical. Keep it up, boys. You got to suffer through this show so that I don't have to. Sincerely, forgive me, Pa.
Oh.
Wow. I
What
love
an email
that.
from Thomas Newman. Nicely done.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Thomas. But I will say, don't you dare bring up the Strawberry Family.
No. You don't want to.
It's too soon. That's for darn sure.
That's for darn sure.
We got more coming. Until then, may we be the first to wish you a
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast. It's presented by Philo TV. It's produced by Brandon Gray and recorded live in, Greenville, South Carolina. Set decor is by Plum at Haywood Mall. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on Bramble Jam Podcast Network, you can go to bramblejampodcast.com.